move around and she don't have no spine. The next thing, Joe she find, she have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so frost. Weed in a split, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on the level right now. I match to the bass and the trouble right now. Wine to the real, let my crown. Bedroom rolling up and now back down. Fast, slow. Anywhere you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down like a pro. Go, girl, you want it, they know. Yo, real on the scene. Heavy movement. You and your team. Yeah, them can't intervene. Right. You know another style where you got bass. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop ways. Don't tease till they're making me all right. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the style where you got bass. So won't you back it up on me?
Back it up on me, telling me that you want me, baby girl, if you loving tonight. Right, yeah, me tell. Know that it's going down. You know that I'm only here for one night. You know what he won't do, really won't do. You know why I probably put that thing upon you. Looking at you, looking like you really want to. There's nothing on this earth, baby girl, I won't do. Girl, cause we turning up. Shots on deck, cause we burning up. Take you back to the telly, throw it up. Take you back to the telly, throw it up, girl, throw it up. Oh, yeah. Looking at your friends like you don't care. Girl, cause the great juice is in here. Oh, yeah, we in here.
You know I let it slide where you got babies. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop ways. Don't tease till they're making me honest. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I let it slide where you got babies. So won't you back it up on me?
I've been waiting too long for the car business under the Hampson.
Wow, you get wow. You hear about the app in Liberia called Minida right here?
Minida? What Minida got to do anything?
Minida is a ride-sharing app in Liberia that making transportation so easy. You can download the Minida app on your phone and be able to request bike, taxi, keke, big bus, small bus all around Liberia. And the good thing about it, every time you open Minida app, Minida will always provide you your pickup address. All you have to enter is your destination address. Destination address simply means where you are going.
So I need internet service?
Yeah, you get it. Of course, you need internet service. You have to be able to use your internet service and download Google Maps first. Secondly, you have to go into your phone settings and turn on your location. And then you download Minida app and begin to request ride all across Liberia. We're all fighting for a car and we're all standing long time on the road.
So how do I connect to drivers?
You get it very easy. The drivers will also sign up and follow the same instruction I'm telling you now. They would be able to turn on the location in the phone settings and download Google Maps and download Minida driver app. And then the moment you make a request, the driver will be able to receive your ride request. And another good thing is your family members and your friends from all around the world can be able to request ride for you in Liberia. You get.
So how do I pay?
You get. All you can pay with is your bank card, and you can pay with Lone Star or Orange Mobile Money.
Is that easy?
Yeah, that's how easy it is. You get.
So Minida transportation made easy. Oh, thank you, my brother. Let me go download my app, yeah. Transportation made easy, oh.
For more information on how to download Minida app and use Minida app, you could go over to YouTube and search Minida Liberia.
Come and worship with us at Global Impact Ministries International, where the nations gather to worship. In search of a church where there is integrity, accountability, excellence, opportunities with pastoral care, and the fear of God, well then come and worship with us. Global Impact Ministries International is located at 801 McDade Boulevard, Collingdale, Pennsylvania. Global Impact Ministries International is a place of worship and spiritual growth for you. Come and join us on Sunday for our divine worship service at 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Also, on Tuesdays, there's Bible study at 7 p.m. And Thursday, there's a Power Night service at 7 p.m. For more info, call 612-702-2418 or 215-594-9103. Also, you can email us at globalimpact777usa@gmail.com. Come and be blessed.
Do you know that maintaining clean and sufficient amount of oil is the perfect solution to preventing too much friction and overheating of your car engine? Remember that maintaining clean and sufficient amount of oil is the perfect solution to preventing too much friction and overheating of your car engine. Remember that maintaining clean and sufficient amount of oil is the perfect solution to preventing too much friction and overheating of your car engine.
Hey, sorry for that. My people are switching power. That's why there's no sound. It's not your fault. Don't get alarmed. We're switching power. They just called me. We're gonna be back on shortly. Very, very shortly. Hmm? Our apologies. Okay. Y'all know your LEC not stable, right? So you use LEC for a bit, you gotta switch because At least he goes off. Yeah, Liberia. What an interesting country we are. What an interesting country we are. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh my God. Mm. Henry, 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 get up, put the thing there. Why are you using it like that? Is that how you want it? Huh? Mm. By the time he knows I'm up, he comes down with me. Let me call him back and see what's going on yet. It's taking too long. The show should start by now. Good.
And Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on UN Drive at Town, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. George, where's Buckeye?
Buckeye is on the way coming, Chief.
Are we on the radio?
Yep.
Good. Okay, folks. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone is doing great, as am I this morning. We're glad to be in. The first thing we're going to talk about today is yesterday after my show, after the show yesterday, I spoke with a gentleman from Liberia. He's in Liberia. He called me from Liberia. And he explained a story to me. And of course, I promised we would share the story with you this morning. His nephew had a baby with the daughter of Senator Francis B. of Riverside County. So the baby is Senator Francis B's granddaughter. I don't know whether it's a girl baby or a boy baby, but his grandchild.
So the baby had been staying with the father's family. So the senator, who is a grandfather, Francis B. from Riverside County, got up and went to the father's household, and violently took the baby. If you did that here in the U.S., it would be tantamount to kidnapping. First of all, you're the grandfather. You don't have any right to do that, especially if you're not the legal custodian of the child. Senator Francis B. went to the house of the father and took the baby by force from the house. In the process, he dropped his walkie-talkie. Do you know walkie-talkie is a two-way communication device? Walkie-talkie. And the head of the household in which the baby was, the gentleman experienced hyperinflation in his blood pressure because of the way the senator went about the whole exercise. I say the man took the baby and just left. This happened on October the 11th. And since he took the baby away, he has refused them all access to the baby. If you did that here in America, it would be kidnapping. I don't know what the law is in Liberia on that sort of thing, but it would be kidnapping if you did that here in America, even if it is your own child. And if you're not the legal guardian or custodian of that child, and if you took that child away in that manner, you would be in trouble for kidnapping. But of course, the senator doesn't care. You're talking Liberia. Now, the family went to the police station to inform the police that the good senator or the bad senator had taken the baby away in a manner. The police are holding back. They don't want to go and call the senator in and asking why he went to the people's house. He bashed in, as the Congo man would say, and took the baby away the way he did. They don't want to ask him that because he is a senator. Like, brother, hell of a country. You can't go ask a senator, why did you go into the baby's father's house and take the baby away the way you did? And no. In fact, the senator's walkie-talkie that he dropped in the people's house when he went to take the baby by force, they took it to the police station on October the 12th, the next day, when they filed a complaint with the police and turned the walkie-talkie over, the senator's walkie-talkie that had dropped from him. They turned it over to the police and they were issued a receipt for turning over the senator's walkie-talkie. So still, the police are saying that they cannot bring in a senator over possible kidnapping, because what the senator did is kidnapping. He's not the baby's father. He's the baby's grandfather. The baby was staying with his father or her father. I don't know whether it's a girl baby or a boy baby, but I know the baby was staying with the father. And he did that. That's Liberia for you. Now, this is one of the reasons why the country will not move forward, because men of position and stature are above the law. And when I say men, I mean male and female. When you're a powerful person, you're above the law in Liberia. That's why the country will never move forward until you have a Liberia where no one is above the law. That country will continue to languish in a land of wilderness, of backwardness. That is what we're concerned to happen. So we thought we should flag this. We thought we should flag this morning. Now, folks, the National Elections Commission. Just the other day, a few days ago, actually it was on Monday, we were talking about this. I spent a significant amount of time discussing this matter. Fellow Liberians, I did tell you on Monday of this week that we were 27 days behind on selecting a company to which the contract would be awarded to help us set up the biometric system, a $12 million donor-funded, or predominantly donor-funded, I think entirely donor-funded project, the biometric system. We are migrating from the old system to the biometric system. And it's a big deal because we're not accustomed with this system. We have not used this biometric system. It's much, much better than the system we've been using, but it is not known to us. It is a strange system. And every time you are setting up a strange system, you need a significant amount of time to work at it, to make mistakes and learn it and improve how you can use it. So it's a big challenge. And you recall the last time, Davy Etta Brown Lansana, the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, this crook of a woman, single-handedly, unilaterally, wrote to the PPCC, the Public Procurement Concessions Commission, which is a government entity that ensures supposedly that Liberia gets value for money in its procurement activities or procurement whatever. Every time the government procures or pays for a piece of road to be built, the law ensures or the law states that we must award the contract to the best bidder. The best bidder in terms of the person who asks for a lower amount of money, but who demonstrates that they have the technical capacity, the financial capacity to pre-finance that project. That is what is meant by value for money. We want to get the most out of the smallest amount of money, but of course, we want quality work as well. That is what the PPCC is supposed to do. It was one of the things that came out of Ghana, out of the Accra, the comprehensive peace accord of Accra. Yes, the PPCC, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. So when Daviela Brown Lansana wrote to the PPCC requesting that they grant her approval so that she may single-handedly award this $12 million contract to this Chinese biometric company called eKemp. And by the way, if you're wondering what the spelling is, this is E-K-E-M-P, eKemp. And don't ask me to spell it again for you. Now, the PPCC boss, who was previously herself procurement boss at the National Elections Commission, well okerum, well versed in the process, in how the NEC conducts procurement processes, asked the NEC boss, did your colleagues approve? Are your colleagues working with you to make this selection, to make this request that we approve this contract, that it be awarded to this Chinese company? No. Davy Etta Brown Lansana did not consult, did not get the blessing of her colleagues. Davy Etta Brown Lansana proceeded to do it on her own. Now, folks, I guess you're wondering, but I thought Costa just talked about this thing the other day. Why the hell is it boring us with this same topic? No, that is not the same thing we talked about the other day. Davy Etta Brown has proceeded to reselect the exact same company that was rejected by the PPCC. Wait. Perhaps you did not hear me right. Let me repeat myself. The reason we're discussing this morning is because the chairperson, Davy Etta Brown Lansana, that nasty criminal of a woman, has proceeded to re-select, to re-award the exact same $12 million contract to the exact same Chinese company that paid her a handsome bribe. In fact, do not believe my word for it. Listen to me. Okay, Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm about to tell you something. Let me tell you something this morning, folks. We're in trouble. Y'all be waiting. The Daily Observer did an elaborate story. Liberia, NEC has become a one-woman show. This is the article. The Daily Observer. NEC has become a one-woman show. I'm pretty sure you can read the article. The Daily Observer did this article. Davy Etta Brown Lansana. After the PPCC rejected to grant her request of approval so that she may single-handedly award a $12 million contract to a Chinese company for our elections, they sent the thing back to the neck. The woman went back and she sent the same company back. Are you listening? She sent the same company back. But listen to what our colleagues are saying. Fellow commissioners of the National Elections Commission, listen to what they are saying. I'm going to read the article. We are shocked. These are the words of our fellow commissioners. Quote, we are shocked. This has become seriously embarrassing. Some of us don't know why only this Ikemp, even when the company flopped the other day in their re-demonstration process, the public must know that the decision is Lansana's personal decision. These are fellow commissioners of the National Elections Commission. They are saying this is what this woman is doing. We are not a part of it. The chairperson of the National Elections Commission has been accused of unilaterally reselecting Ikemp as the preferred vendor to provide the biometric system for the 2023 voter registration exercise. The accusation comes as some of the fellow commissioners, some of her fellow commissioners who spoke to the Daily Observer on condition of anonymity. That means they asked that their name may not be released. They asked that their names not be released. Claim that their colleague is proceeding with the decision without their consent. You're listening. You're seeing how the woman brave. You're listening. What can this woman not do? If this woman is so brave for the second time to ignore her colleagues and single-handedly select or reselect the same company, and I'll tell you why she's going with this same company. We have it on unimpeachable authority that Ikemp initially paid Davy Etta Brown Lansana the amount of $100,000 in kickback, in bribe, so that she may award them the contract. $100,000 is what we are told she was paid initially. When the PPCC rejected her request to award the contract to Ikemp, we're told the Chinese people started to threaten her that if you do not ensure that that contract is given to us, not only will we give you the remainder of the kickback money, we will expose you for the one that we've already given you. Are you listening? Davy Etta Brown Lansana is playing with our entire electoral process because of $100,000 she has already received as the upfront payment of a kickback for it. Look how small-minded she is. You awarded a $12 million contract to a company that clearly does not have the capacity. And in exchange for that, you're taking $100,000 in bribe, in kickback. I mean, I don't know the total amount, but what I've been told by very credible sources that she was paid $100,000 by the Chinese company. And so the Chinese people told her, that thing doing, if you don't make sure we get their contract, apparently they have something on her. Hello? I'm told that they have her in a bind. They got something on Davy Etta Brown Lansana. $100,000 is a lot of money. To pay that money to somebody I mean, I'm pretty sure those people must have ensured that they have an insurance policy. You know what an insurance policy is? I pay you $100,000 in bribe or in kickback as an initial payment. I want to ensure that I have something that if you do not cooperate, I can always use that against you. Those Chinese people like money. You think they're going to go give her $100,000 just like that? Davietta Brown Lansana is compromised in so many ways, it's not even funny. The government of Liberia has a leverage on her. The Chinese people got leverage on her. Who else got leverage on Davietta Brown Lansana, my people? Who else? Who else? Let me read further this Daily Observer article so you can hear what her colleagues are saying. Fellow commissioners. I'm quoting further based on the article. Quote, we were not a part of any consultation that led to the decision that the same Kempt should again be considered for the contract and forwarded to the PPCC or to PPCC for a no objection request, unquote. The commissioner said, quote, we are disrespected and we have been silent for too long. We are fed up and now is the time for the public to know that the commission has become a one-woman show. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, are you listening? And you know, Liberia is an interesting country. Sometimes I get sick of this country and I just want to be done with Liberia. I mean, in other countries, if this thing got out, what we're reading here, this woman, people would drag her out of that place. But in Liberia, no, it's okay. We're going to be talking about this. Some of us at least, and then we're gonna go to elections, and then Davietta Brown Lansana would attempt to steal the election, and then everyone will be making the woman is corrupt. Oh, you didn't know the woman was corrupt ever since? According to the commissioners, the chairperson's decision to give out contracts without the knowledge of the NEC Board of Commissioners is a cause for concern. The new election law by which the commission operates is disrespected in many ways, almost all of the time, by the NEC chairperson, who is only designated as a spokesperson, they said. According to section 2.10 of the new election law, the chairperson, the NEC chairperson has the authority to be the official spokesperson, preside over all meetings of election contests and controls, supervise and direct the administrative operation of the office of the commission, and in consultation with the commissioners, take such corrective administrative measures for the smooth and effective operation of the commission. But according to the commissioners, consultations to arrive at major decisions such as awarding contracts are usually done by Lansana and her preferred confidants. She does not consult them. She does not consult them at all. She does not. The joint venture comprising Kempt and INITS and Palm Insurance was among 5 other companies, including HID Global and PSI, Laxton and its local partners, as well as Network Solutions and Waymark and Montana, all of who participated in the first demonstration process. Kempt was preferred by Lansana's NEC and submitted to PPCC for a no objection approval. However, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission, after thoroughly reviewing next submission, disagreed with the selection on grounds that still photos were not enough evidence to award a major contract such as the biometric voter registration process to a company. A call for video recorded re-evaluation was issued by PPCC. PPCC said, you send us still photos. You know what a still photo is? A regular photograph. It's called a still photo. It's still, S-T-I-L-L. They want a video photo, not still photo. They want video recording, not still photo. So Kempt provided still photos, and they said, no, that's not enough. So, folks, this is what we are dealing with. This is a situation we have on our hands. We're sitting there, and we are waiting to go to elections. which we hope we will win. The chairperson of the National Elections Commission has been proceeding in a criminal, nonchalant, devious manner ever since she became chairperson of the National Elections Commission. And what do? We issue statements. We say we have no confidence in her, as if it makes any difference. This woman is going to organize these elections. The fellow commissioners there, they're already afraid of her. Oh, yes, they are. Because if they were not afraid of her, if they have balls, they would have had a press conference. You know, I'm so disappointed in Tipla Reeves. Councillor Tipla Reeves, I know her personally. She is the co-chair. She's a deputy to this woman. Tipla Reeves is an educated woman, more educated than Davietta Brown-Lansana. If Tipla Reeves, that I know, former president of the Female Lawyers Association of Liberia, AFL, the Association of Female Lawyers of Liberia, this woman is fiery. If Tipla Reeves, my own woman, can sit down there and except she's in bed with Davietta Brown-Lansana, but if Tipla Reeves, the Tipla Reeves that I know, can sit down there and let Davietta Brown-Lansana run circles around them, no, then this is not the Tipla Reeves I thought I knew. Because the Tipla Reeves I thought I knew would not let someone, a seasoned lawyer, a fiery woman, a Mami Pepe woman, sit down there and allow a woman that Tipla Reeves is more experienced, more educated than, to run circles around them. There's not a Tipla Reeves I know. Except it benefits Tipla Reeves to play ball. Except it benefits her to go along. Except it benefits her to pretend that she does not see what Davietta Brown-Lansana is doing. That's the only way that the Tipla Reeves that I know would be quiet, would sit by and be timid and be sheepish and allow Davietta run the commission the way she's running the commission. That's it. Fellow Liberians, this is scary. It is scary. We are in trouble. We're going to elections, and we have a situation here where we got problem at the legislature. We need the census done before the elections. We need the biometric system done before. Look, everything is messed up, yeah? Look, this is what happens when you take a whole country and you give it to people who are not prepared. This is what you get. The president is sitting there, and you got Davietta Brown-Lansana running the neck the way she's running the neck. You got Wilmot Smith. Wilmot Smith, I'm sorry, his name is not Wilmot Smith. His name is Monkey Smith. Monkey Smith. The next time you think of him, do not call him Wilmot Smith. His name is Monkey Smith. The boy is a monkey. He can steal like a monkey. You take Monkey Smith and you give him the entire PPCC and you say, Monkey Smith should preside over the conduct of a population census, a census upon which the 2023 general and presidential elections would be based. You take a Monkey Smith. You know, the other day, he called one of my young friends after the show we did the other day on him. Oh, Costa is my friend. Monkey Smith, you're not my friend. I'm not friends with criminals. I keep my distance. You were never my friend. I don't even have your phone number in my phone. How can you claim that you are my friend and I do not have your phone number? When was the last time you and I ever spoke, Monkey Smith, before you say you are my friend? Even if you were my friend, do you not know Costa by now? Do you not know that my friendship with people, when it comes to my work, when you do something wrong, egregiously wrong, as you, Monkey Smith, have done, you expect me to sit down there and watch you behave the way you behave, and I should say absolutely nothing because you think you are my friend. When was the last time you and I spoke on the phone? I do not recall the last time I spoke with you. The last time I spoke to you was when I ran into you in Liberia, I think back in 2019. We saw each other somewhere on the street. I said, hey, my man, what's up? That was it. That was it. You're not my friend. You are a criminal. And folks, the two institutions that should take us into the elections, the National Elections Commission, David Etta Brown Lansana has again proceeded to give the contract to her Chinese people because they gave her $100,000 upfront in bribe. Then you got Monkey Smith at the listings. You know, last night Spoon Talk played a recording. I didn't watch the show, but several people told me about it. They played a recording last night on their show. And I went back and I watched the recording that they played of an expat who was seconded to Lisgis. This man was an expat from a foreign country, one of these African countries. From his accent, it appears he's from Sierra Leone. And this man said he was leaving. He left the Lisgis because what Monkey Smith was doing, Monkey Smith would take money from World Bank to buy, say, for example, scratch cards. And then he would take money from PPCC, from Lisgis, from their accounts, to purchase the exact same scratch cards. Taking money from two different sources to do the exact same thing. Not twice, but once. It's not like he's buying two sets of scratch cards or two sets of reams of paper. He is buying one set of ream of paper, but he is taking money from the World Bank and from Lisgis to do those things. And so this guy said he was leaving. They had warned them to stop, and Monkey Smith was continuing to do it. That is how corrupt this guy is. And, we have the thing here. I'll probably play a little bit of it for those of you who did not listen to the Spoon Talk show, so you can listen to it. It is scary. That boy here you put in charge of a census. Let me tell you something. How credible do you think that a census with this level of chaos that we've seen so far, how credible do you think that census would be? If that Salaman Swan Monkey Smith comes back and tells us that Liberians, we are now 5 million people in the country, would you believe him? Would you believe Monkey Smith? When Monkey Smith tells you that the population of Liberia currently stands at 5 million as a result of the census, would you believe him? We are treading dangerous waters. Do you know these boys are so brave as to doctor the census numbers? They could doctor the numbers. They could put yeast in the numbers to inflate the numbers. They could sit in their little room, in the catacomb, as the boys from UL would say. They could inflict numbers from certain regions of the country, regions that they expect they would plan to do their cheating. They could say, for example, County A they could increase County A's population by 50,000 people because of their sinister and clandestine design to rig the election. They could do a whole number of things. How credible do you think a Vermont Monkey Smith produced or census would be? How credible? How credible, my people? We're in trouble. We're sitting down here. Election Commission, David Other Brian Lassana doing kakaleka. Wimmer Smith, Monkey Smith from Listes, who is supposed to be doing the census, is also playing games, eating donor money, doing double dipping, saturating the system with seditions, people who didn't even sit the basic aptitude test. which you must pass in order to be selected as an enumerator. They're sending these people out across the country to come back and tell us how many citizens Liberia got, how many people living in Liberia. This census will be a mess. Jesus. This census will be a mess, and this is the census information that we are supposed to use to do redistricting. Montserrat County used to have 11 electoral districts. After the 2008 census, we increased the districts to 17 districts, from 11 to 17. After this census, I'm pretty sure the population of Montserrat has gone up. It is expected that several more districts should be added. But the thing about it is that, because the country talk about threshold, right? But the point about it, fellow Liberians, is this. How do you do that with data that lacks credibility? The data that will be produced by the census presided over by Wilmot Monkey Smith, the thief, will not be credible. It will not be credible at all. Yeah. Look, sometimes I ask myself, why the hell do I even care? You know, why do I take this thing personal? Why can't I sit here and just lecture and just talk about the thing just like everybody else? Because most of you don't care. Most of you watching this show, really, you don't care about this stuff. You don't care. So I say to myself, Costa, what's wrong with you? Why are you such a stupid guy? Why do you stress yourself over Liberia? The Liberian people don't give a damn. They come here, they sit here. We're talking about things that and you know how I know that you don't really care? The people who are running for president, you do. What do you see them doing? Listen to me. We're talking about commissioners of the National Elections Commission going to a newspaper and speaking with a newspaper and saying, look, we are tired, the woman is corrupt, the woman running the place like this. And yet, you don't see anything, any action, any reaction by the organized opposition. You don't see it. You don't see it. Who are going to be the stakeholders in this process? The organized opposition. You don't see them getting up and saying, this is nonsense. You don't see them talking about collaborating to stand up to the Elections Commission. You don't see it. The census is going to play a key role in the elections. You don't see it. You don't. So, why should I worry? Why should I be bothered? I shouldn't be bothered. Nobody cares. You go into elections, and the data that is being generated to go into the election, the data would not be credible. The data will not be credible. The data will not be credible because you have criminals that are presiding over the exercise. And the people who are supposed to be up in their feelings about this, standing up and speaking out, those people, you don't see them. You don't see them. I'm a very stupid guy. I'm worried about it more than people who should be worried about it. They are relaxing. They are relaxing. You think these elections that we're going to will be credible? The census will not be credible. So the elections cannot be credible. The census data should be used to determine new districts that might be created as a result of the redistricting rule. How can you do redistricting based on data that is not credible? How can let's just do a census that should be accepted as being credible when the people running lists are not credible themselves? When you have a thief, Wilmot Monkey Smith is the head of lists. David Etta Brown Lansana, you have her colleagues, commissioners coming to the public and saying, look, we are not happy with the way this woman is running this place. And yet, guess what? We are doing nothing. We, the opposition, we are doing nothing. We're sitting there and we're saying, oh no, but no problem, we'll still go to the election. Will you go to the election and you will win? Will you win? Oh God Almighty, God Almighty, God Almighty, God Almighty. You work with people who you are and they are way You are disconcerted and they are disconcerted. Yeah. You are You are way and they are way down there. You're playing with the process. This is what you are doing. I'm sounding the alarm. I'm 40 years old. I have many years ahead of me by God's grace. Some of you, this election is the only time you can run. You can't run any other time ever in your life. This is the only time. I can run many times. I'm 40 years old. My brother, I say, I am 40 years old. By God's grace, I will live a long life. If I take care of myself and God gives me a long life, I will live long. So I can do so much ahead. But for some people who are running, this is their only election. They can never ever run for office again after this election. These processes are riddled with fraud. If the selection of the company to do the biometric is fraudulent, you can rest assured. You can rest assured that the election process itself will be fraudulent. If the census process is marred by fraud, you can rest assured that the data that will be produced from that census will not be credible. Well, again, who gives a hell? It's just Henry Costa speaking, right? Then the time will come. Then the time will come when, if the people cheat, then they will be looking to Costa to make noise, to agitate, to lead people into action. Sit down there. Just sit down there and say, when the time comes, you'll be looking to Henry Costa to mobilize people to agitate or for Costa to make noise. And that's what y'all can do. Your mom, people there can be, Costa, why you not talking about anything enough? Why you not doing this? I'm saying this today because your memory is limited. For me, I can remember for long. I'm telling y'all. Y'all sit out in Monrovia, you're watching what is happening. Every day, you're hearing noise from Listis and from Neck. Stay. You're sitting there, you're playing your gun. You're hearing the noise from Listis and from Election Commission. Two critically important bodies that are supposed to organize or that are working to do the elections. And you're sitting down there, you ain't doing nothing about it. And you are trusting that you will go into elections and you will win the elections. Fine. Sit down there. You will win the election. Free and fair. Hayaka. Play with fire. These people will do anything they can. Do you think George Weah does not know what he and this woman are doing? Do you think George Weah does not know that this woman is involved with all of this stuff? He knows. He's reading these things, but he's okay with it. Y'all said that now? Let's this. Headed by Wilma Smith and Election Commission headed by David Brian Lasana. The situation at NEC has gotten so bad. It has gotten so bad that that fellow commissioners are going to the media to talk about what the woman is doing. That is how bad it has gotten. And we say we're going to win the elections. Davietta Brown Lansana can do absolutely anything for money. She has demonstrated that on several occasions. Sit down there. George, let's take some calls.
Okay.
I'm not going to stretch myself. I'm not going to cry more than they bereaved. I'm not. I'm not running for president. I'm running for senator. If I don't win, I will not die. And I can run again and again and again if I choose to. Yeah. If I don't want to run, I can wait and run another time. I have options. So many options. I'm 40 years old. Let's take some calls.
Okay. The numbers are called this morning on the show 0770-102-102, 0886-010-TD. Okay, that go. Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Papa. Good morning, Aaron.
Yep, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Timothy Sonny Bosman calling for Grand Bassa County.
Welcome.
Aaron, let me tell you something today. My brother, don't give up. Let me tell you, 2023 election, yeah, we in Liberia. We never give up here, no matter what president we have to do. We're waiting for 2023. But any attempt to make a Cape Costa will come into them. We're telling you, Costa, don't stress yourself off. We are the problem, Costa. We the voter, we are the problem. And we are telling president we are calling for the villages. Remember, is not Liberia 50 counties for here. For our estimated Sonny Bosman telling George we are coming. We are waiting for 2023 election. Costa will be there with our family. We will vote for the place where our election. We are coming to demo. So we're not worried. Then they put the planes together. But we the voter, we the Liberians, the power belongs to us. Enough is enough. We will stay for our nation, Costa. We will stay for ourselves.
Okay, my brother, 1 minute.
You know, John, hold on. You know, Liberians, and you wonder why we are the way we are. You wonder why we are such a backward country. You shouldn't even wonder. This is exactly why we are. We are so lackadaisical. We sit down there, we see terrible things happening. We are not moved. And yet we expect that a process that is already corrupt, a process that already lacks credibility, is going to eventually lead to a process that will be fair, that will be correct. And we are waiting for the elections for next year, when all the processes leading to the elections are already clearly shown to be fraudulent. The selection of the company to do the biometric, fraudulent. The voter registration, the enumeration, the census exercise, fraudulent. Everything fraudulent. But somehow you expect the outcome to be correct. Huh? Fraudulent process, excellent results. Jesus. I mean, Liberians are brilliant people. Let's take some calls.
Okay, go to the WhatsApp number. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, George. Good morning to Costa.
Yep, welcome to the program.
Yes, friend Gibson, I call from Paris. I hope Joseph Barker is listening. Costa said he's 40. He can choose to run now or he can choose to run later. But Joseph Barker, this is your last chance. So you have to do everything to win this election. If you want to listen to Costa to take things and move the elections commission, that's your business. If he's 40 years, you get another chance ahead of him to run here now. And
I already said what I said. I don't need you to repeat or translate what I said. John, take another caller. Idiot. You're such a stupid fool. You don't care about the problems that are happening there because you are a sedition. You don't love Liberia. You're a damn stupid fool. You call here, you want to repeat what I already said, as if I need you to translate what I said. I said what I said.
Yeah, but somebody
I have a long life ahead of me by God's grace.
Let's go ahead, my brother.
Many elections.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Good morning. How you doing?
We okay.
Good. Yeah, this is Joseph Fremont. This is Joseph Fremont. I'm calling you from Broadville.
Welcome.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to Costa this morning. We got a serious problem in this country because the country, the how it's going now, brother, is not an easy thing, and it's a serious problem because we cannot continue with this next year, 2023. Because if we continue with this, it will create problem for us. Just like Costa is saying we should look at the fraudulent process that's going on now currently. Because if we do not look at that fraudulent process that's going on now, it will create problem for us. Because Wilmot Smith is an indictee already. Then you place in at the hands of legate to conduct a census. What do we expect of the outcome of that census? Then you get the election commissioner, she asked indictee, but she said the Ambruma was not set up because of the Ambruma was not set up, so she walked away free. What kind of thing going on in Liberia? No other serious country that this thing that are going on in Liberia can happen. So to know that Liberia is not a serious country under George Weah administration, we can look at the other Brad Latana, which are indictee, and Wilmot Smith is an indictee from the LACC. Then you put in a hell of things to work on. What do you expect of that process? That process will be fraudulent, and that process will not even be in the interest of Mama Liberia.
1 minute back caller, George. Another caller, please. He made a couple of salient points, but we got to take somebody else.
See what it says. See what wants you.
I'm afraid, folks.
Good morning.
I'm afraid.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning to Pedro. I can't go for this with now, man. Thank God to Pedro. Pedro, thank you. We are appealing to you. Please, for everything. Don't care. Don't care back. I don't have commission to what she now do. No. But la principle, hello. Child can get to the time for you to leave the country. But America was calling Mr. Kange. Mr. Kange, and you install every time the farm and who they met. They can say anything. Nobody, anyone call say yes. That is. What are the photo? How they call us up of picture? What are the photo? No, on company letter, nobody know.
Okay, my brother, thank you.
Okay, my brother, thank you.
Thank you. Let me say this. Nobody knows what God will say or what God will do. You don't know. God could decide that Joe Weah should stay there, or he doesn't care. Do you think God has time for your election? Do you think how God works? Why are we like that? Why are we like we always say God there? God there for everybody. God there for the people who murder people. God is there. He's our Lord and Savior, but yet people can still. God was there when Abba Peters and Gifty Lama were murdered in cold blood. God was there. When what's the guy name? Yinswa, Baten Yinswa was murdered in cold blood. God was there. God was there. God will always be there. God does not come down to concern himself with these things. No, that is a mistake. You like, oh yeah, God there. God is not interested in your business. God can be there. People can murder people. God there. You understand? So just because God is there does not mean bad things cannot happen. And God does not care about your elections to say God will come and stop Joe Weah from cheating. God there. But yet, they have made the country so worse. You are suffering. God there. God there. Joe Weah building mansion all over the place, flying private jet, and you are suffering. You can't find food to eat. God there. You don't understand God, You think God there to You have almost 200 countries in the world, over 7 billion people in the world. You think God gave time to consider and be worried about everything that happened to anybody? That's not how God works. You misunderstand the power of God or the way God works. It is not how God works. You are mistaken. Let's take some calls there.
Okay, I'll go back to the phone line. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to him, Pedro Costa. Look, Costa, he said it all this morning. I think the Liberian has to be serious. We start calling that I listened to last night. No serious Liberian man or Liberian woman will vote for the president. This is only accusation against the guys. In fact, all of I know as a Luna man or Nigerian man, they may say the people of the country. Because the president, we are love the country. The NCC came out with that report that those people were corrupt. They should be investigated by the time president. We are a serious president. By this time, this guy will be arrested and put into jail and sent to court for that investigation. You get what I said yesterday? Because people will come and say, like, some more many people. We call when we want our own district because we tired of being in with 3 equal alone. We want our district, so one day they checking to go on class when we see, but we'll never be done. They won't come out with that estimate. And President Where is sitting there. We listened to Bluffett yesterday because he returned to session. He said the people of the South East are enchanted with President Weah. He said it yesterday, and I want to I can prove it for CDC. He said they are very, very much disenchanted with President Weah. What is going on? This country, under President Weah leadership, we're going nowhere. Everywhere is stealing. And we just sitting and looking at the election commission to want to do that. Election commission bringing a problem between the Liberty Party. And they are doing it to the NPP now. We see we still sitting and talking about go there. Put our hand between our legs. At the end of the day, we win. Thank you.
Okay.
Go there. Let's take 3 more calls and then we'll take our guest there.
Okay.
Go there. Go will be there for us.
Henry.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Henry. Good morning, George. This is Peter Cito Jr. I call from Minneapolis. I want you to continue to muster the courage. I know how you feel this morning. The process with the issue of allegiance is so sickling to the extent you see Liberians already knowing the fact that we have the rice crisis on, a lot of people out of job. This job that is a seasonal job. It's not something, it's a perpetual thing that they're going to be working. So everybody want to take advantage. You're paying somebody $50 and you're telling them to pay their way to go without giving them the at least part payment of what you want to pay them, $5 per day. Then you're telling them to go. There's a friend who I spoke with this morning. He hails from Nima. He lives in Monserrado. Because of $50, he had to travel to Nima this morning, and I spoke with him. He said he took the test, but then he came up in Grove. How can somebody go to Zorowe in Nima County and want to register to be a numerator there and see his name coming up in Grove? It's so sad. So I know how you feel this morning, but all we can do is to keep doing the work we're doing. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me take my people out of Mazamana. Good morning.
Go over there when Child Killer and Elliot on the wall.
Good morning, Costa.
Yeah, good morning.
Go over there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
This is Ansu from Baltimore, Asumana Thomas. Hey, Costa, I understand your concern, and I know the system is corrupt, but you are also going to be affected because you have decided to run as a senator. It's not only the presidential or candidates that are going to be affected. So we must stand up to correct this situation. We have to come out, even you, the chairman of the COP, and you are vying for the senatorial seat. And we have to also stand up, not only to George Weah as president who is corrupt, but also to any institution in Liberia, any government agency who decide to manipulate the system. We have to come out to stand against that. That's my thought. Thank you.
Okay.
George, one more caller, and then we'll take our guest, Mr. Peter Massacoy, and Mr. Anthony Baye, both of them from the Liberian community of Trenton. They were elected in a democratic process, and they will be having their inauguration very soon. And so they want to talk about it briefly on the show this morning. George, let's take the last caller, and then we'll take them. Go there. Go there. Go face the election. Go make sure the speaker will be all right.
Hello? I don't know who is a medicine man. The other recognize the boss. Thank you, and thanks so kindly. Good morning, leader.
Morning to you.
Momo the critical just saying I'm calling for somewhere around the I've been a little bit of fire. Let me tell you. To our political leader who want to be president after this president in 2029, they are settled listening to the leader and other media outlets exposing the government to the highest degree. The women who was that kind of thing for them, campaign for him at the other thing, and campaign for him to the senator, to the representative by election abroad, and the trouble. As the campaign for that kind of man, I don't want to campaign. The women who squander, who stole the veteran testimony. And today, the judge we are, the teenage men to do what? And our leader, I want to be telling the Census for family, not for leader. Let me say this. I'm one of your loyal soldiers. I will remain loyal to you and the institution and to our country and to God do us back. And the day I die, anything I die today, if you don't speak on my table, I'll say anything. I'm appealing to you today. Please try to speak to our institution. Let us start a radical movement. Let us start there before. Let people that want nothing to be president of the country. JB is down ready. Something is down ready. Better year is down ready. I think it's time for us to put that as president. I'm going to be very sure. I don't want
all right, Mo, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you. George, no more calls. Let me say something before we go. You see, God does not win elections for people. In fact, do you know why sometimes the people go to election and the bad people win? Because God does not bother himself with elections. You don't know that? Do you think that everything you want God to do, God does for you? Certain things, most things in life you must do for yourself. Have you heard about the permissive will of God? Maybe you all need to go and look up what the permissive will of God means. The permissive will of God. God will not fight our battle for us. He does not do that. And God believes in consequences. He's a God of consequences. When you make bad decisions, you will live to suffer the consequences of those bad decisions. We have a bad government, you will suffer the consequences of that bad government. God will not send angels from heaven to fight for you. The election, the processes leading to the elections are bad. Yet somehow we expect the election to be free, fair, and transparent. The processes are bad, but the election will be good. That's all I can say. Yeah. Sit down there and say, God will fix everything for us. The same God who is our Lord and Savior is the God that is there, and is doing all these terrible things. Stop calling the name of the Lord God in your stupid things. God does not care about these things. You think he's going to come down to fix election problem for you? David Etta Brown Lansana, and she said she's a Christian, and you see the terrible things she does? God has patience. He's a God of patience. David Etta can do anything. Wilma Smith, all these people can do whatever. God is not going to be bothered with that. So sit down there and say, God will fight your battle. Let's take our brother Peter Mazakoy. Peter, good morning. Welcome. Can you unmute yourself?
Good morning, Hammer, and good morning, every Liberians. Thanks for bringing me on your show this morning.
Yes, Peter, we're glad to have you. You're the vice president for the Liberian community of Trenton, New Jersey. Is it just Trenton or is it New Jersey?
No, it's central New Jersey and the metropolitan areas because all of our jurisdictions, include Lanham, Morrisville, certain part of Pennsylvania.
But yeah, exactly.
So it's a very large territory.
Is Levittown a part of it?
Yeah, Levittown is part.
Wow. So yeah, that's actually huge. And here I am. I've been saying Trenton. You guys are much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to have you, Mr. Vice President. And so the inauguration is coming up. Again, I want to say congratulations. I met you the last time at the Unibwa event. It was very good meeting you there that night. And here we are. You guys are about to do the inauguration. And so you're here with us this morning to talk about that. So when is the inauguration, Mr. Vice President?
So the inauguration is on October 28th, which is next Friday.
Okay.
We have been planning for this for the last couple of months, and we are.
I received my invitation, by the way. I will be there.
Definitely.
By God's grace.
Definitely. We know you'll be here.
Yeah. So go on.
Yeah. So we want to use this media, and we want to say thank you to Costa for being a reliable friend to the Liberian community. You always provided us your platform, even during the campaign period, to propagate our agenda to the people. And again, you are giving us your platform to articulate proper information relating to the inaugural program. The inauguration will be here on October 28th. Like I said, we have series of activities lined up for that day. Beautiful Liberians will be here to perform. We have the Thomas Duo and his wife. They are gospel musicians, very powerful singers. We try to do everything local because it's all about our country. We have to support each other. We have high-powered dignitaries that will be in the building, including the Liberian delegation from New York, from the council office, several business owners and other stakeholders in the Liberian community and outside the Liberian community, mayors for various townships in which are fall under our jurisdiction. We're talking about from Princeton, from Hamilton, Ewing, Lawrenceville, and several other places. We'll be here. Several other Liberian organizations headed by our parent organization, EULA. They will be here to support us. So we expect to have so many visitors from outside New Jersey that will be coming. So we want to mobilize our people and let them know that we are the host. So we look up to them to come and support us to make sure that our guests that are coming feel more comfortable and welcome to our hospitality city. And Costa, there are a lot of people that are asking questions, why are you people charging $75 for people to come to this event? You are aware that we are all faced with recession in the United States, even for us from the business background, we've been affected by this. To host a program like this into a hall, because it's a very good program, require money. I mean, I'm gonna be very direct on this show. We're gonna
run. Even the EULA event. I mean, I remember when they sent me the invite the last time.
Yes.
People paying money to go there.
You need money. I mean, it costs in the community close to $13,000 to host this program, and this $13,000 we're talking about is not money that we're just paying individual to come and sing and perform. No, just to run the hall alone, you have to get a professional caterer that have a license that can cater for our guests. You have to pay the DJs. You have to get a TV crew that will come there, Liberian-owned TV crew that will come there to broadcast this event so that our people far outside our territory and overseas in Liberia can be able to monitor this event. And here's the big catch, Costa. For too long, we went to other places. We've been marginalized in our community where we do not have anywhere called our own. This leadership headed by Anthony Pai and me, and in support with our board members and other cabinet officials, we intend to produce what we call the Liberian Community Center for our people, where it will be used as a one-stop shop for all of our activities, networking, career fairs, business event meetings for our Liberians. There are a lot of Liberians that own businesses here, and they are still struggling to put a business up there. We have traveled a lot. We have seen, we have learned. It's time to rally our people together so that we can create opportunity for our people. So we need money. We've been working with the city of Trenton, the city of Hamilton. Both mayors are giving our assurances. We are seeing a lot of buildings, but these buildings need works to be done on. So proceeds that will be generated from this inaugural program will be used towards our building project. And if you pay $75, you're getting all inclusive. You don't have to pay for drinks. You don't have to pay for food. It's all included. So we want to appeal to our.
Come on, man! Don't mind them, Peter.
Yeah.
This is America.
Yeah.
People pay money to go to events here.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's for a good cause.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing, and our leadership have been doing extremely well since we took office. We have earmarked several projects. We have implemented several of them as well. For each, and the most recent one was our educational fund draft. I want to say thank you to the community members that supported us. We were able to raise good amount of money, and we were able to identify with close to 300 children, not only Liberian children, children from Guatemala, children from Puerto Rico, children from Dominican Republic. They all lined up to receive that educational supply for back to school. And I can tell you what, Costa, the community is about to do another big one by identifying with over 500 Liberian children in Liberia as part of our back to school efforts coming up in early December, because items that we ship is already there. So we just want to encourage everybody. And this program is not only limited to Liberians. Our doors are open to everybody. Matter of fact, we have a revised constitution that enables other nationals to be part of the Liberian community. So it's not only about Liberians, it's about every one of us, because what we want to reach beyond our boundaries. So we just want to encourage everybody. Tickets are on sales now. We have our tickets on Eventbrite. If you go on Eventbrite, you just step in Liberian Community Association events. You will see it right there. You can buy your ticket online. You can also purchase your ticket from JWA store. We have our financial secretary, Jerry Care, will also have the tickets. You can go there. And if you're listening to the podcast and you own a small business, we will also love to see your business in our program sheet. We charge just $100 for full page, Costa, because we want for people to know what our Liberians, brothers and sisters, or other individuals, the partners are doing. Like for me, I run my insurance firm. You have it on your show. A lot of people know Peter Masiga does insurance. But what about the next man? So we want to encourage people. It's not all about you paying us to do something, but we just want to showcase your talents. There are people over there that need services, but they don't know where to go. We want Liberian businesses to be on the map. We want Liberians entrepreneurs to come forward and see how best they can, let's say, give more exposures and support our family. So, Costa, I mean, that's what the program is about.
Friday, October the 28th.
Yes, the 28th. We look forward to see you in the building, and we know our community people.
You guys should send me the flyer a week before the event so I can post it, so people can know the address and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So matter of fact, this program will take place at the West Trenton Ballroom. It's a familiar place that majority of the people know. For those that don't know the place, we have flyers all over the place on our community social media page. It's all there. And I'm also going to send it to you as well, so that people can be able to have easy access to the location. But it will be a very colorful evening. We want everybody to come and network, see what your leaders that you elected are doing, and our plans will be unveiled on a very big screen for 2023. And we don't want anybody to miss that opportunity, because our community has suffered a lot, and you elected talented and committed people that we are all working very hard to ensure that we regain what our community have lost over the past years. Because, Costa, there are a lot of opportunities up there for both the state and the federal levels. That's why we are working very, very hard to ensure that the community get this. because there are other people who don't really know the function of the community leadership versus just maybe other organizations within the community. But we as a parent body, it's our obligation to help the community seek assistance from the federal or the state level. For example, the leadership is currently working on the Liberian food basket. The Liberian food basket will enable our Liberian brothers and sisters within our territory to have access to food items, whether dry food items or what have you, on a weekly basis. This is a great initiative because even in the great America, like we talk about reception right now, people are struggling. There are families that don't have means to eat. So we want to ensure, especially our senior citizens, we want to make sure that they have what they need, whatever benefit that on the state level, the county level, they should be able to get that. And our leadership is on top of that as well.
Vice President Peter Massaquoi, congratulations again. I look forward to attending your event on Friday the 20th in the city of Trenton. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I wish you guys a successful event.
Thank you, Costa. I appreciate you, and thanks to the team. Have a good day.
You too, my friend. You too, my friend. Well, folks, there you have it. The Liberian community of Central New Jersey, Central New Jersey, Central and Metropolitan New Jersey. And that community encompasses certain parts of PA. Morrisville is in PA. They're part of that community. Levittown is in PA, Bucks County. They're also part of that community. So they're huge. And so I will be there on the 28th. I gotta save a reminder to remind me. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, so we're supposed to be speaking with a young lady who is an entrepreneur shortly. We're waiting for her. George, don't take any more calls. We're waiting for our next guest. We'll take her, and then after here, I gotta go get Henry ready for school, drop him off, go to the gym, and all that kind of stuff. And then before my day begins. Well, folks, let me just make this announcement. Brother Joshua Wilson, one of our COP brothers, he is working with a number of other people there in trying to organize a COP chapter in that part of Pennsylvania. If you're in Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, York, Callis, and you want to associate with our COP folks there, you can contact Brother Joshua Wilson, and this is his phone number. It's 302-897-0881. I'm going to repeat that. If you live in Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, York, Callis, and you want to become a member of the COP chapter that Brother Joshua Wilson and others are organizing up there, contact him on 302-897-0881. That's the number. Okay, so we're gonna now go and take Miss Patience Noah. She is a young Liberian lady who's an entrepreneur, and she's gonna be talking to us about her business, what it is she does, and yeah. All right, there you go. I think we have Miss Noah. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Costa. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be on the show, and thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. So tell us a little bit about yourself first before we go into, what it is you're here for this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Patience Noah, and I am the owner of Patience Noah Insurance Agency located in Framingham, Massachusetts. But we do business in multiple states across the U.S., and we've been in business for 3 years. And we recently opened our Framingham location, and we're looking to grow across the state eventually. And for those who know me, I used to be Miss Liberia USA 2013. I won Miss Liberia USA 2012.
I see why the name does ring a bell.
Yes. Yes. That was a long time ago, almost 10 years ago. So, but we've moved on to other things. So that's why I'm here to talk to you guys about what it is that I'm doing.
Fantastic. Fantastic what it is you're doing. An entrepreneur, yes. All right, so let's talk about Patience Noah Insurance. So,
Yes.
what type of insurance do you do?
So I basically do everything from auto insurance, home insurance, life insurance, but my main focus is on commercial lines, small to medium sized commercial, where we offer general liability, workers' comp, commercial auto, anyone that's in the healthcare industry or anybody that's doing transportation. We offer insurance for you. And if you're not in any of these industry, but you still say, patients, I need you to find a quote for me, I have a lot of resources that I can use, a lot of brokers that I work with to help you find a quote. So don't just say, because I'm not in healthcare or I'm not in transportation, I won't call patients for a quote. We can still help you find a quote, regardless of the industry you work in.
Great. Now, you say you're in Massachusetts, right?
Yes, yes.
Good. But so, what's your coverage? I mean, can you hook somebody up with home insurance, for example, who lives, say, in Pennsylvania? Can you?
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Okay.
can actually. Yep, I'm licensed to do insurance in about, I think right now is about 11 states, and we are still adding licenses as we go. As my team grows, we're adding on more licenses, and also as we grow as a company, we're adding on more licenses as well.
Okay. So, do you mind sharing your contact, I mean, business contact, not your personal, with the public? So,
Yes, business contacts.
yeah.
Yeah, so anybody that's looking for a quote, you can give me a call at 508 321.
508, hold on,
Yep.
508 321.
321 2083.
Did you say 321?
Yes, 321
Mm-hmm.
2083. And then if you want to visit my website, we prefer that you go on the website to request for a quote, which is www.patience, Noah, NOAHINS.com.
So it's www.patience.noah. Uh-huh.
INS.com.
INS.com.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And also, we're on all social media platform as well. If once you search up Patience Noah Insurance or Patience Noah, you should be able to find me.
Yeah, there's the information right under there. So good. So that's very good. Yeah, this country, insurance is a big deal.
It
It's a big
is.
deal. You have to have insurance for everything.
Exactly. And you have to, and especially like some industries, you by law, you have to have insurance. And I've been in the industry, next year will make me 10 years in the industry. So once I graduated college, I went straight into the insurance industry. And then 7 years after, or 6 years after working, I decided to open my own practice. So it's been a great journey so far, hard work, but we're making it work. We're making
That's
it
very
work.
that's very good. It's a good thing that you had already worked in the industry for 6 or 7 years, garnered enough experience,
Right.
learned the ropes and everything before you went out, and all that experience you had garnered, you went into creating your own business, and now here you are, licensed,
Exactly. And then
operating.
what I did too, I was able to like work for a lot of big names insurance companies. And the last position that I had was an insurance consultant where I was going to agencies and helping them train their staff and helping them with marketing skills.
Great.
So when I was ready to open an agency, I already knew what good agents were doing and what agents who were comfortable with the things that they were doing. So it's helped in the journey, and it helps me have a vision as to where I want my agency to go in the future.
That is fantastic, Miss Noah. That is fantastic.
Thank
I mean, working for yourself, the pride and joy, every effort you put in, you know that you are the one who stands to reap the benefit of that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, hopefully in the future, we can franchise the agency and open other locations in other states and in other cities. But for now, my number one goal is to really establish the agency and put processes into place that other locations can mimic as we grow across the nation in the future.
That's fantastic, man. Kudos. So, folks, if you're looking for a quote for home insurance, auto insurance, and commercial insurance, small to mid-size, uh, you know, give Patients Insurance a call.
Yeah.
Patients Insurance. For those of you listening via the other apps, because we have people listening on multiple other platforms that are not video, that are not visual, just audio. So the phone number is 508 321 2083, or preferably you can look them up on the internet at www.patientsnoah, INS, the INS I presume stands for insurance,
Yes.
.com.
And I think people are asking if Georgia and Minnesota are included. Yes, I am licensed to do business in Minnesota and Georgia and other
Fantastic.
states as well. So if you go on my Facebook page, it lists all the states that we're licensed in. And we're still updating the website with the states that we're licensed in. But yeah, but you can find all that information on our Facebook page.
That's very, very good. Yeah, because the thing is, you're gonna, if you live in this country, certain things you're compelled to have insurance for, period. I mean, you're talking about workers' comp. That's for
Right.
people who own businesses that have employees.
Correct.
And you have to have workers' comp. It's mandatory.
Yep.
So why not do it with a librarian sister who is competent, who is experienced, and who can get you the same quality of work that any big name insurance company can do for you, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And the thing about insurance, you can be with one company, and after a while, you can decide to ditch them and go with another, right?
Correct. Yes, you can switch. I mean, with the thing with insurance, the rates, like the price is changing year over year because we're seeing more accidents and severity in accident. So people's prices are going up year over year, and we have people that are coming to us complaining, "Oh, my insurance went up. Oh, my insurance went up." So one thing that I always tell people is after every 2 years, take a look just to shop around, just to make sure that you're getting the best price. Sometimes you are getting the best price with the company that you're with because you do have loyalty discounts and other discounts that's embedded into your policy. But I always tell people it doesn't hurt to shop around. Shopping around sometimes doesn't mean you're going to change, right? It just means that you are finding
You have
out
options. Yeah.
you have options, exactly. And as an independent agency, I'm an independent agency. So I'm under my own umbrella. I work with multiple insurance companies that I can give you multiple quotes. And in the future, and what I always tell people, if you come to me and the price that I give you doesn't match or you choose not to work with me, no hard feelings. There's always next year. I always say that I'm in this business for life, right? So so I'm here to stay. So definitely give me a call. And what I also say is if we support one another, my industry, the reason why I joined this industry is to hopefully, get enough revenue so I can be able to help, back home and help my family and help people in the future, right?
Yeah.
So in automatically or in the future, the money circulates within the community, right? Because now I can support community events. I can support other organizations or other passions that we have that
Yeah.
can impact the lives of our people.
That is true. That
Yeah.
is very true. And my cousin is going to get in touch with you. He runs a business, and he wants to get a quote for
Okay.
his business. Yeah,
Okay.
he does. And I'm not going to call his name right now, but I just sent your number to him.
Okay.
He will
Awesome.
be giving you a call. So yeah, so folks, if you're looking to get home insurance, so home insurance can cover property you own as well as a property you rent.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Home
because I
insurance.
have to
Yep.
have rental insurance for the property I
Correct.
rent.
Yep. So it's rental property insurance. Renters insurance are people who rent like apartments,
Yeah,
right?
like I rent a townhome, so I have insurance for that.
Correct. So you need to have insurance for that.
Oh, it's
So
mandatory. Trust me.
and then also you have to tell your tenants to get their own renter's insurance, right? Because if anything happens to that property, your insurance company only covers you in the property, it doesn't cover you. It doesn't cover your tenants.
Oh, you're
right?
talking about in the case of
a
the
fire.
person who owns the property owner.
Correct. In case there's a fire on your rental property, the property that you rent to someone else, right? The insurance company only covers the damage to you, right? Because you're the owner of that property, right?
Yep.
It's up to the person who lives in that property to get insurance on their contents, like their couch, their living room, their possessions, right? It's up to them to get their own insurance. So if anybody is living in an apartment or anything like that, my recommendation would be looking to getting renters insurance. They're usually pretty cheap because sometimes
It is
you
cheap.
never know. Yeah, you just
I
never
think
know.
mine is like 20 something bucks.
Yes.
I think a month. I think.
Yep. Yeah.
You pay for the whole year, or you pay for 6 months, but we just pay for the whole year.
Yes. Yeah. And then also, if you own a rental property, insure your rental property. Don't just say, oh, like some people, or like keep track of your insurance, because sometimes you just never know what could go wrong with these things, with disaster. Nobody plans accident and nobody
Nope.
plans
But
disaster.
they do happen.
Yeah, but it does happen. So
Yeah. So glad to have you on, Miss Noah, and we wish you best of luck. Anytime you want to hop on and talk about, what's happening at Patients Noah Insurance, feel free to get in touch.
Awesome.
We'll
Thank
give
you
you
so
the
much.
platform.
Thank you so much, Mr. Costa. Have a great show.
Thank you very much.
All right,
You have a
bye.
good day. Bye-bye. Well, folks, there you have it. Esther Thomas is not my battery. It's probably from Patience's residence, not my battery. It's not going off. So thank you, but it's not me. When she said change the battery, she's talking about the thingy. All right, folks. So have yourselves a wonderful, blessed day. I got to go. Henry, let's go now. I gotta go get you ready for school. Let's go, buddy. All right, folks. Bye-bye.